Hi, everybody. It's another episode of Oddballs TV, and tonight is going to be the oddest and ballsiest episode you've ever seen. Because tonight I have a fellow oddballer. I actually met him a couple weeks ago, and when I seen his name was Oddballs, I had to have him on. I mean, Oddballs TV. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to Bob of Bob's Oddballs. Hi, Bob.
How you doing?
I mean, it's Saturday night and it's 10 o'clock at night and I won't go to bed. But yeah, how's it going?
Great, doing good.
Not at the big expos, are you?
I would have loved to have gone to the Daytona.
It looked fun.
Just wasn't able to make it. Got too many things going on here.
I mean, let's talk about what's going on there. So what are you cooking up?
25 clutches so far for the year.
Oh.
I guess the top end right now so far would be some clown stuff. Other than that, what's up, Jose?
What's up, Jose?
Not only do I have the ball pythons, I also have a few other things. I've got some Mexican black king snakes, and then a few hognose sitting around also.
I'm so glad I have headphones on because John's sitting beside me, and if he heard what you just said, he'd be like, "Ooh, I want them." And now he's looking at me being like, "What? What was that?" Mexican black king snakes. You piqued his interest.
Yeah, I've got a clutch waiting to hatch out now. Should be any day.
I call the MBK or king snakes. I call them nom nom snakes because they like to nom nom.
Yes, they do.
There's like it moves its food.
Yes, it's interesting.
What's it like breeding those? Because I don't know many people who actually breed them.
It's actually pretty simple. It's a lot easier than a ball python. You know, you don't have to worry about the humidity like you do with the ball pythons. I keep them on an aspen bedding, and they live it. Aspen water, a little bit of heat if it's cold.
Yeah,
and that's it. You got to make sure that, like, I had one clutch. One girl, she laid in her water bowl on me this year. I happened to be out of town for a show, and when I came back, I didn't realize she was going to be laying, so I didn't put a lay box in there. Didn't pull a water bowl, so I got home and got to have eggs in a water bowl. It's kind of devastating.
Yeah. Just lays them in the water bowl?
Yes.
Oh, no.
They will. I have a good friend that told me that, just put a hide in there, or a lay box. You put a lay box in there with moist stuff, they will go in that box every time. I failed to put the lay box in there, so I got eggs in a water dish.
I mean, they were just trying to keep the eggs hydrated.
Yes.
How long have you been breeding, though?
This would be my second year for the Mexican black king snakes.
Okay, but overall, like reptile-wise,
we're going on, I think, six years.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! What made you get into it?
Something to do. Basically, it's most of your hobbies, you put a lot into it and never get anything back. The hobby that I started out as a hobby.
Yeah.
That at least pays back for what you put into it.
Yeah.
And then maybe some more. I mean, once it grows bigger, just a few snakes, it's kind of hard. But
that's what I keep hearing. It'll eventually pay back.
Yeah, I keep growing. I'm gonna need a bigger room.
So I'd just like to have a clutch.
Yes.
That's all I need. Just one. We've got one out on breeding loan right now.
Okay.
And she's looking good. So I think my first real clutch is going to be one off-site. So,
nice.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So what type of morph are you kind of like narrow, like, kind of your specialties within the ball pythons? Like, what's your main projects?
A lot.
I mean, valid.
I have quite a few different things. I like to vend at reptile shows.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times you tend to want more stuff that has color, that's flashy.
Yeah.
So, you kind of tend to shoot for some of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to make bells, but I will put combinations together where I will make some bells.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make some crystals this year. So I got a 12 egg clutch. I had 5 crystals, 5 bells.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 Mojaves out of that clutch.
Oh, man.
Everybody loves bells. Everybody asks for a bell at a table. So,
not gonna lie, bells was one of my first favorites.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a clean white snake with blue eyes. Why wouldn't you like it?
Exactly.
I keep saying that's like the white girl answer of getting into ball pythons. Like, ooh, a bell.
Yeah.
But what kind of nailed it in the coffin for me was like the freeway stuff.
Yes. Oh. I've got a male freeway. I'm trying to make some more. This next year, I'll be into some higher end stuff. Acid. Picked up acid this past year.
Oh, I love that stuff.
A lot more clown stuff. I've got a lot more blackhead, cypress. A lot of stuff like that. I'll be hopefully making dreamsicles by the end of the next year. So I mean, I'm getting up there. With a lot of the higher end stuff.
Yeah, I have a Haas dreamsicle pairing this year.
Nice.
So we're praying. She's kind of like, she's sitting at like that 1,200 gram thing. Okay. Like, she's just like, she hit that plateau and she kind of like now gaining slowly. And I'm just like, dear God, hurry up.
Yeah, I have a super pastel desert ghost. Getting her up to size. Then she 1,100 grams, she stops. Won't get any bigger.
Oh my goodness.
So I bred the male I have last year to a genetic stripe head exanthic. So I got all normal triple heads. I just wanted to put him to something to make sure that he was going to do something. So,
and you got some triple heads out of it. Like, that's not the worst thing to hold back those females.
Nope. The only thing is I had 2 females out of the whole clutch. The rest are all males.
That's going to be my luck. Like, I'm going to breed something and I'm going to get like 8 eggs and it's all going to be male normals. And I'll be like... But you know what? I'll be so excited to get those normals. I don't even care.
Yeah. It's I still have them. I sold one to a buddy. I think, did I sell him a male and female, or I think no, it was just might have been a male that I sold him. The other ones I still have. They're getting good size.
Oh my goodness. That's cool though. So what's your projection for the current season coming if everything lays? Like, kind of the season's kind of petering off. We're starting to get into next season.
I am looking at, I'm hoping at least 35.
Oh, Jesus.
I would like to say 40, but I probably won't hit that.
You'll get it.
Yeah. I mean, I still have stuff locking up to this day. So I had females lay last year in December.
Okay.
So it's kind of a year-long thing for me.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
We're not. See, we moved kind of like end of September, early October last year.
Okay.
So we think, because we had some proven breeders and then we had females up to size. So we think that kind of threw everybody off.
Yes, it can.
And then we went from, not only did we do the move, we went from hot spot to ambient temps. because in the new house, the room we're in the process of switching everything up and going back to hotspots, was 6 feet tall. And as soon as you put like the heater in there, because there's no heat, it immediately jumps to 85.
Okay.
So Billy was the one who said, like, why don't you just do ambient temps? You know? And I'm like, okay. So we got 2 major things, and it kind of just shocked everybody and threw us all off for a year. And of course,
Wow.
it had to be our first year. Just all the stress.
Billy doesn't do just ambient, does he?
No, but that's what he suggested for me, because where
Okay.
that room went to like 85.
Okay.
And then it was just getting too hot with the hot spots.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah. And that was with a fan on in there.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, no, all right. But now we're in the process of converting one of our walk-in closets to like racks.
Okay.
And we're going back to hotspots because I don't like the ambient temp when you're trying to work with animals and it's 85, 86 degrees in there.
Yeah. My room's always warm. It's always warm.
I keep saying like it's a sauna. Like we're just sweating off the fat. So I always ask this because this is always interesting. I find we always have like one of those aha snakes that are like, I want to make that. I want to start breeding. You know, that one snake you see, the combo, the Morse, whatever, you're like, I need to breed. What was that for you?
At the beginning there,
Hmm.
you know, honestly, the pied stuff always caught my eye, and the exanthic stuff,
Yeah.
I would say, was what was catching me at first.
Yeah. What exanthic line do you work with?
VPI.
Oh, VPI.
Yes.
I can't seem to find much of that around here.
What's mainly up there?
I mean, Mark Mandick's Canadian. It's all I'm that I can find.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think we're going to get into that slowly.
Okay.
I want to just straight up, like, and if once we get some clutches down and money to put back into it, I think I just straight up want to buy a lightning pied female.
Yeah, it would be nice. That'd be
Straight up. Because John has this idea of by then we should be producing our own dream skulls.
Okay.
And he wants to produce a dream skull and put that to the lightning pied.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's not gonna look cute. But I mean,
that'd be interesting.
You never know. I could be wrong.
I'm hoping for some exanthic bongo stuff this next year.
I love bongo.
Yes. Bongo's a nice gene.
I have regrets. I almost got a lesser bongo female, and at the last minute, I decided to get dream skull stuff. Like stuff to make dream skulls, and I didn't get the bongo lesser. And I regret it to this day. And then Buddy still had it and messaged us 6 months later, like, do you want it? And I'm like, I am poor. And he still had it. And I'm like, but I want bongo so bad.
Yeah.
Is there any genes you're looking to get into?
A bigger room to be able to do that. As far as taking on any more, per se, would you say any more genes to mess with?
Mm-hmm.
I've pretty much got quite a lot.
Yeah.
I really want to start hitting this acid a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully next year, acid clown. I've got a lot more clown stuff to go this year or for this next year. What I wouldn't mind having. Actually, I'd like to pick up a puzzle.
Okay.
You know, I need a puzzle female to start playing with.
Yeah, especially where you have Cypress. Cypress and puzzle look really nice.
You know, I have a male for it. I just never did pick up a female.
Will, if you're watching.
Huh?
Will Morose with Royal Canadian Reptiles. He works a lot with Puzzle, if you know who Will is.
Nice.
Yeah, Will Morose, Royal Canadian Reptiles, works a lot with Puzzle. He's like the puzzle master.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to get stuff from up there, though.
He exports.
Okay.
We'll hook you up. Well, if you're watching, message Bob. Yeah, Puzzle. That's an interesting one. It's kind of one of those ones I only like in certain combos, but when it's in the right combo, it's cool.
Yes.
And I've heard they're feisty.
Yeah, I got bongo stuff that's feisty.
I have a super fire that's feisty.
But I want to work on bongo with a lot more stuff. I'm getting it worked into bongo blackhead.
Oh.
I had a nice clutch just popped out. That was the black pastel to blackhead het red xanthic. Really nice stuff.
I want that too.
But I want to work that into the bongo as well. So
yeah, blackhead's another one of those genes that like I need it. I need it in my life. GHI, like I need a lot more darkening genes.
Yes.
We have too much bell. We have too much bell and brightening genes. I'm like, I'm done with that. I need more dark stuff. Absolutely. Black pastel, but I'm picky. I want the Barnhart line.
Yeah.
Don't want regular old black pastel. I like the Barnhart. I'm so picky. I want too much. I dream like a big breeder, but I don't have that many animals.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I haven't necessarily focused on certain things. I kind of focus on just breeding stuff for the shows, you know?
Yeah. We have a few animals like that are kind of like, once we get what we want out of them, we'll just keep them back for like expo and breeding.
Yeah.
We call them. Like John has, John's my significant other. He's got a single gene male banana.
Okay.
I don't know why he bought it. Banana's his favorite. And I'm just like, he bought it. It was an adult. And I'm just like, why? And he bought it. He's just like, I like banana. Oh my God. Banana, by the way, is like my least favorite morph. I hate it. Absolutely.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, hate it. I hate it. Shush you. Peanut Gallery. So he buys it, and I'm just like, what are you going to do with it? Like, it's a single gene male making a fucking banana.
Yeah.
So I told him, like, once we get to a level, like, when I'm done with a female, he can just do whatever he wants with Frank. And that's his name. His name is Frank after the hot sauce. And then, because that shit goes in everything, like banana to him. So that's going to be like the expo animal maker.
Okay.
Or pet makers, as I call them too. So then he buys a banana fire female, and that's at my friend's Mordex Pythons. That's being bred right now.
Nice.
Yeah. John just likes to ruin the collection with banana. More asphalt, less banana.
I got some really nice bananas that I put a Savannah to a banana spider calico.
Savannah, that's not one I'm familiar with.
It's cinnamon Mojave.
Oh, see, why can't people just call things those things? Because then I get confused. What was it? Jigsaw. I was like, I've never heard of a jigsaw. It looks like a pinstripe.
Yeah.
And it was John Feely, and he's like, well, that's because it is. I'm like,
yeah, I might make a few of those this year too.
I'm just like, why can't I get so confused with the combo names?
Yes. It can get very confusing.
Especially as someone's new. Like
Correct.
I got really confused when people started calling anything with super pastel in it killer.
Yeah.
And they're like, check out my killer clown. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that is killer looking.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Like, what? And then they're like, killer. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I used to get super confused.
It's still confusing a lot too. I mean, I've been messing with it for 6 years, and
Mm-hmm.
it still proves to be difficult at times.
Oh, yeah, that's why, like, when we first started, I would use the genetic calculator in World of Ball Python
Yep.
versus Morph Market because World of Ball Python would break down the genes instead of saying like it wasn't like if you clicked on ivory, it would break it down for you.
Yes.
Versus Morph Market's just like ivory.
You'd have to go click on the animal, then scroll down into the description. Then it gives you all the different views.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I am so confused right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been in it 6 years, and this is always one I like to ask because we're always learning and stuff. Is there anything you would have done differently knowing what you know now in the beginning?
Probably would have shot for bigger space to mess with it with. I started out with the homemade rack. Went out and made my own rack.
You.
Uh, and I did it slowly. I didn't go out and buy some high-end stuff right off the get-go because I want to learn the genes.
Yeah.
As I put them together,
Mm-hmm.
so I can see what the actual genes do.
Yeah.
Because for me, a lot of times I got to have a hands-on and see what it does over reading something.
Yep.
So I got a buddy in town that gets on to me a lot. That well, it's this. Well, I've never done that yet, so I don't really. I didn't catch on to it to what exactly it is.
Mm-hmm.
So off the get-go, I guess I would have probably shot for a few different morphs, to be honest.
Yeah.
To get moving a little bit quicker. I enjoyed what I did, so there's not a whole lot different that I can do.
Yeah. I think I would have bought less males and more females.
Oh, I wouldn't have bought little babies and waited for them to grow up with the females.
Oh my God. See, okay, so when we started in the beginning, so John was already on his third snake, right? When I'm starting to, I'm like, okay, if we're gonna keep these, we're gonna charge them rent. At this point, we were already like, doing the beardy thing and stuff like that. I'm like, if you're gonna keep buying these damn animals, I want to learn more, and we're gonna charge them rent. We're gonna breed them.
Yes.
So I start looking into it, and that's fine. I start falling in love with the morphs and stuff. So then oh my God, here's what we did. This is horrible. If someone posted up a for sales list, we would look at all the animals, take the animals we liked, put it in the genetic calculator. If it was a female, we would put it against every male we had in the collection. And if we liked what was in the results, then we bought it.
Yeah.
She's like, ooh, that's pretty. I want to make that. It was like freaking, I can't even remember what it was. Like something really simple. I think it was a Triton.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I want to make that. And that's literally what I'm so stupid. I was just like, ooh, pretty. I want to make that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then halfway through, I start realizing that things are allelic and super. And I'm like, I don't want to try to ID normal because I'm really bad at IDing like single gene animals.
Yes.
I can't ID single genes for the life of me. Can't do it.
It's hard.
So I didn't want to do normals. So we started buying like allelic super and visual females.
Wow.
Because I don't want to deal with that. I'm like, I can, like John had got a mystic crystal. I'm like, I know what a mystic looks like. So anything that's not mystic, it's special. Yeah. I don't have to ID. Woohoo!
Speaking of.
Oh, pity baby.
Let's see, get that in the camera just right.
Oh, that's pretty baby.
That's a Phantom Mystic.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Purple Passion. I had 2 clutches last year. 2 different clutches with the same male.
Yeah.
One was to a Phantom, one was to a Mystic. I got a bunch of Purple Passions, Mystic Potions, and then I got this guy out of one of them.
I don't think I've ever seen a Phantom Mystic.
Uh-huh.
You think it would be like white.
Yeah, but it's another allelic gene.
Because technically it's a bell.
Yeah, but it's not.
I'm very confused.
I really like this one because it really looks ghosty or desert ghost. Very clean, crisp.
It's kind of almost like a little xanthic-y looking on the camera.
Yeah, the camera's darkening it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's actually a little bit lighter here in person.
Okay.
But yeah, I couldn't let him go after creating that. So he'll go into some plans here.
That's
probably this next year.
I've never heard of a Phantom Mystic.
Yeah.
And if to me, my mind is blown because I'm expecting a whiter snake.
Yeah.
With a little, because
it doesn't look like Dad either.
It broke the bell rules. I'm very confused. It's beautiful though. I like that. So what's your favorite snake in your collection?
My favorite snake in the collection.
Yep. House is on fire and you can only grab one.
It's probably going to be my my acid right here. The acid that clowns. Mm-hmm. The dreamsicle.
I mean, realistically, look what racks you got. You probably have them on wheels. You can just wheel out one rack.
Yeah, I got a door that goes outside right there.
This pulls the one rack out.
I'd probably fall off the steps going out.
Later tonight, after this is over, you're going to be arranging all your favorites into one rack. That's closer to the door now.
Yeah.
It's
kind of hard to do in here.
I feel... Oh my goodness. So is there any plans to upgrade your facilities?
As soon as I can make sure that I would love to have a facility. Mm-hmm. A place where I could have the rodents, all the animals, all in one place.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to take a little time before I get there, I think.
Yeah.
I think I can get there, but this isn't the only job. So.
Yeah, I feel that.
It'd be nice if it's all I did, but that's what I could do. That's all I do in my off time.
I mean, I have to raise the tiny humans too, and they want snacks.
Yeah, my tiny human moved out and made another tiny human.
I wish mine would. I've got another 17 years before they're all out.
Wow.
7, 3, and 1.
Yeah, you got a little while.
Yeah, a little while. But I mean, it's cute because the 1-year-old's starting to talk and getting she's obsessed with animals. And I'm cleaning bins, and she figured out, when I'm cleaning bins, because we use the Sterilite tubs.
Okay.
There's no DIYers. So I'll pull the bin out and I'll just slap the lid on it and snap it, right?
Okay.
When I'm done. So I just did that, and she toddles over and unsnaps the lid and walks away with my 1,200-gram female, and the female just balls up in her hands, and I'm like, don't drop her!
Wow.
I had no fear of the animal hurting her. I was more worried, she was going to drop her. She just goes down howling, going, Snakey. I'm like, give the Snakey to Mama.
Yeah.
That's a pastel lavender head pied female. Give it to Mama. Like, no, that's the crown jewel. Give it to me.
Yeah.
She's already figured out how to free the rats out of bins. That's great. Like, you put things up, and she likes to. She's now feeds the rats. So I have my 18-month-old feeding rats.
A little bit of help.
A little bit of help. The 7-year-old helps. The 3-year-old just destroys. But she'll sit there and she's figured out. She knows how to unlatch the bins because we talked about it beforehand. But in case people don't know, I make my own bins that I can just stack, and I make it out of like 40-gallon tubs.
Yeah.
The Starlight tubs that snap. And I cut a hole and I put mesh. Away we go. I can stack them. Great. Works dandy. Love it. Except for the fact that now my 1-year-old has figured out how to unlatch them.
Ouch.
And she has no fear. But luckily, like, our rats are so well trained that if they do get out, they stay by their enclosure or they come when called.
They do. They're not going to go away from their food source.
No. I mean, you might have the one dicky one that's just like, ooh, I'm going to go on an adventure. I'm going to go find my humans.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to play? Oh, no, I'm going to be a dick.
I've had them chew holes. You go walking in, they're just sitting there looking at you through the hole. It's like, what are you doing? You cut a hole. You could have got out.
We give them like chewing toys and stuff, so
that helps.
they're too busy playing with that and they won't chew.
Yep.
Since we moved, because we used to keep them in old like pet store enclosures and stuff like that, they would chew. And since I switched to the bin method, no chewers. No chew. Thank God, because I mean they could really chew through that plastic, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to try to put a little piece of 2x4 or something. Like a lot of times they would chew a hole, I screw a piece of 2x4 over the hole.
Well, I mean they have to chew.
Yeah,
Rats
so they would always chew on the wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we just give them treats and nuts and things like that to chew.
Yeah, keep them entertained.
Yeah. So you do breed rodents. How large of a scale are you breeding at?
I have all my racks anymore are all Freedom Breeder racks. So it's I had 2 mouse racks, full mouse racks. I cut down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I have two rat racks going.
Okay.
Well, 2.5 actually. No, 3 racks of rats. And then 2 grow out tubs racks.
Okay. What do you do for your like colonies inside the tubs?
For the what?
Like the colony inside the tub. Like what's your ratios?
I usually do for those tubs there it is 4-to-1.
4-to-1?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we do too. I'm always curious how other people breed their rodents. Do you rotate? So, don't mind me asking. Do you rotate your males, or are they continuously in?
I usually don't rotate. So I know a lot of people do. They'll pull males, move them around, or pull the females out, put them in their own little tub. I don't. I don't have the space in the room to do that.
Yeah.
So
I don't either.
For the amount of space I have, I've got the amount of racks I can get in there. So
I don't either, and I've had people tell me that I should, so they don't like the female doesn't just keep spitting them out. But I mean, so we keep our male in. He just got 2 new females in the thing that are older. Okay. But his current females that have been with him for months, they spit me a baby each, like a litter each. They give me babies every 6 weeks. It's not like they're dropping a litter and 3 weeks later dropping another. Like there's time.
Okay.
In between it. Like they're giving me litters every 6 weeks, which I'm not complaining about at all, because they drop me 12 to 18 at each time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you got 4 females in there with 1 male. So I mean, I know he's gonna be going crazy with every one of them, but it gives him a little bit of a break when he has another one.
Yeah.
To go after.
We have 4 now, but usually like we had originally 2 in with like our main one because we're getting everything back going up again. And we had 1 really active breeding, and the other ones are still growing up. So he had 2 females, and I could never get the 2 females to sync up when they had babies.
Okay.
Because what would happen is one would spit out a litter. 11 days later, the other one would.
Nice.
And they would just ignore the new pinkies.
Okay.
And then they would take care of the other ones because the babies are bigger. So I've been trying to get them to sync up. Today, they both dropped litters.
Wow.
I was like, thank God.
I've always had the multiple moms. I mean, sometimes I'll open up a tub and there's one's neck is ripped or something.
Yeah.
And fight over the babies. I've sat and watched. They'll have a pile here and a pile here, and this one will go here, grab one here. This one will go here, grab one here, and they're just going back and forth all day, stealing babies.
Never. I've never had them steal babies. I've had them like make multiple nests.
Yeah.
And then the mothers rotate through the nests. But I've never had them fight over babies, ever.
Yeah, they'll sit there and just keep taking babies back and forth.
Yeah, because usually, like, once they get so big, I find, like, my rats will sit there, like, and break them down to, like, 2 or 3 nests in each corner of the enclosures. Yes. And then they'll just, like, rotate in a circuit.
Yep.
And go around. But I've never had them sit there and...
Yeah, I've watched them sit there and go back and forth. No, I want them. No, I want them.
No, none of my rats have ever done that. Yeah. And we've been breeding rats for over a year now. I've never had that happen. Usually I rotate the babies.
Okay.
I'll move them around.
Huh.
Especially if I know, like, because these ones I have now, they do a circuit, but I've had rats before where that's my nest, that's your nest, and that's your nest.
Yeah.
I've actually had a rat. Oh my God, she was so weird. She did not want to take care more than 6 babies at a time. So if she had more than 6 babies, she would go put them in her sister's litters.
Okay.
Like she would literally, and I'm looking, and she had like 24 babies. And I'm like, what? And then I looked at her sister's litter and she only had 6. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then so I moved up some over. I watched her. She took them. And dropped them back over to the other mom, or like her sister.
Wow.
She didn't want to take care of more than 6.
Wow. Now I have a buddy that swears that he had one female that would, a little rat that would bring the babies to him to show him.
Yeah, I've had that.
So that I haven't seen that yet with my stuff. They'll want to take them out of my hand.
Yeah. No, I've literally had them bring it over and smush them up against the cage to show me. And the poor Pinky's just like, nah. I've had them drop them in my hand. I've had them bring them over. Like, we don't breed a large scale because we don't have a lot of animals.
Okay.
So we're very, very, very involved with ours. And when I start colonies, like when I start breeding, because I've had to restart over a couple times, I'll buy fuzzies and I'll bottle feed them.
Oh, wow.
And then they're so used to me, right? That they're just like, hey, Mom, look what I did today. But I socialize them myself, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look, we got Saphira's mama in here and Philip's here.
Hey, guys.
What's up? So, yeah, like... And now my oldest, my 7-year-old, anytime, like, if we're between if we're between litters and I have to get a feeder order, I have to buy her pups. Wow. And she'll sit there and raise them up herself. Like my 7-year-old, like she'll sit there and raise them up.
That's cool.
Yeah, but her rats, when she raised them up, get really weird. Like they have a licking problem. Like John's got this one rat that Scarlet, my daughter, raised up Scarlet, and it sits there on him for hours, and it'll lick the same spot over and over again until it's raw.
Wow.
Like she's. I'm like, if this rat was human, you would leave me for her.
Good Lord.
Like, and this rat does not like me. If I even try to look at her, she's just like, screw you.
It's my human.
Yeah, my human. And I'm just like, I'm competing with the rat. While we have a moment, I am going to do my positive person of the week. I got no nominations this week, guys, so I decided I'll nominate somebody. And he won't see this, so nobody tell him I was being nice. I nominated Mr. Brian Kusko because one, it's his birthday.
Okay.
He turns the big 4-0 today. So everybody, lordy, Kusko's 40. Feel free to send him lots of messages. Don't say I sent you. He doesn't watch this. But he's been doing a lot of good. And again, it pains me to say so. He does a lot of good in the community lately. And he's always there when you need him. He was one of the, when I started this all out, he offered lots of great advice. He's always there. If anybody needs an ear, he's always there for somebody.
Yes.
And he's just a big supporter of USARC. He loves the community, and he's just a little ray of sunshine. Except when he makes fun of me.
He doesn't do that, does he?
You've seen it. Or like when he pees in a toilet in front of a mermaid picture and then says, "Oh, that's how tonight's going to go." Meanwhile, that night he's supposed to be interviewing me.
Oh, boy.
He doesn't watch these, so we're fine. No. I love him. All his links are down in the description below, but I mean, it's Brian Kusko. Most of you guys are following him by now. Let's be honest. I'd like to see him hit 50K, though.
He's not to 50K yet? Wow.
Nope. And bonus points, guys. If we get me to 1K, he said he'd come on and strip.
He'd do what?
Oh, he said if I get monetized, he'll strip.
Live?
Sure. We can recap. We can recap this. We were talking about it a little more in the beginning. If you would just like to refresh their memory, we were talking earlier about how you got into breeding and what you kept.
Yeah, we kind of got into that earlier.
Maybe recap since they hadn't popped in yet.
Fresno Cascabel?
Yes, I hope that's Cascabel. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but yeah. So you were saying the Mexican black king snakes, some hog noses, ball pythons.
Yes.
Anything else, or?
Oh, I used to have the leopard geckos, crested geckos. I had Leachianus. Currently now, I got rid of all the geckos. The only geckos I have are little morning geckos. I have a little tank that I got, a little 40-gallon tank. It's just been fun. Misting it every day. You have an electric mister on it, and I got a bunch of little geckos in there. That I've got a pair of beaded lizards.
Ooh, those are fun.
And a pair of boas.
Ooh, what kind of boas?
They are Tamaulipas. They're a dwarf.
Okay.
Tamaulipas, what was it? Cloud Forest.
Oh.
So it's a locale. I like them because they're the size of a ball python.
Yeah.
I like the way boas look. I really like the boas. I don't like how big they get.
Ooh, cascabel. I'm butchering that. Is rattlesnake in Spanish?
Ah, okay.
The things you don't know that you learn.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, no. Cool for hanging out. Is there any other species you're hoping to get into once you have more room?
Um, oh, I forgot the collared lizards I have. I started getting into collared lizards also.
Ooh.
So I've got the blue ones.
The
They're just
Bajas?
they are. Dang it!
It's all right.
I don't remember the exact one it is. I
Mm-hmm.
got them from a guy here local. He's been breeding
Okay.
them for a while. Um, he actually works with Steve Sykes
Mm-hmm.
with geckos, etc.
Oh,
If
fun.
you ever, he's got the Godzilla line and all that kind of stuff with the leopard geckos,
Oh, cool.
um, or the original Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
The dang it, what were those ones called? That's gonna bug me now. I can't remember. They're fun
Mm-hmm.
to watch because
Yeah.
they're just different. You know how quick they are, how they move
Mm-hmm.
around. You know, they sit there and just kind of wave their tail around.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny,
Yeah.
and they're pretty.
Oh, yeah. They're beautiful. Now it's bothering me because I'm trying to think of what it is. I'll remember it later.
Eastern collared lizards. Thank you. That must. I think I know who that is now.
That's good.
I think I know exactly who that is now.
Okay. I'm just like Eastern collared lizards. Meanwhile, I'm like Googling so I can see what it looks like because I'm always learning about new species. That's what I love doing this. So,
Yeah, if he put that up there for me, I know who that
yeah, okay.
is.
Oh, those are beautiful. I want some. Only we're getting out of lizards. Huh. So there's nothing really else you want yet, or just haven't discovered what you wanted yet?
um, I don't know if I want to keep handling a lot more than what I have now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always something new, always something cool.
Okay.
I would just like to expand what I have now,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest.
Yeah. Get a big facility.
Yeah,
Put oddballs on the map.
exactly.
Oh man, when Brian was doing that interview with you, and I was like, oh no, because I thought I like this whole oddballs thing was like I was the only one. So I'm like, oh no, is he gonna know and be pissed?
You know, I've had it for a while,
Yeah.
and I've been seeing a few more oddballs pop up since.
Okay. I
What am I
thought
going
it. I thought I was being clever with oddballs TV.
to do?
Apparently not.
There's another guy that's on, it was it Instagram that I
Okay.
found a few months back, and
Yeah.
he came up with oddballs ball pythons. That one there is really close to mine,
Yeah.
but he's in another state.
Oh,
Uh,
there you go.
you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, and your Bob's oddballs
Yes,
because it's
yes,
your balls are odd.
yeah. And then you got Bob's balls, which I didn't really pay too much attention to when I first
Yeah.
came up with this one.
What made you come up with Bob's oddballs?
It was kind of a thing with my son. We were
Hmm.
just kind of going through what we can do, and I don't just when I do shows, I don't just take ball pythons.
Yeah.
I'll take geckos. I'll take a lot of different, just an oddball of different things.
Hmm.
So that's kind of how that came about. I said, well, what about oddballs?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob's oddballs. All right, yeah, let's do that. So it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah. I kind of say because we're our slogan is just a bunch of oddballs. I'm like, it offers no promises.
Yes.
We're not saying, super high quality, like perfect. We're promising nothing.
Correct. The other thing people, a lot of times people look at the people that are in the reptiles as they're kind of odd. So the odd balls, I breed ball pythons, that kind of played into effect also.
Yeah.
So
it's fun. I mean, we are an odd bunch.
Yeah, sometimes.
I have no problem with it. I mean, I went to a job interview yesterday, and 20 minutes of it was talking about snakes.
Yeah.
Probably didn't get the job, but they had a grand old time learning.
Wow. Is that the dog one?
No, it's not the dog one. It was it's for like a local chain of stores that are similar to Home Depot. So I applied for that right now, and yeah, I got a call to go in, and I went in, and there's a 5-year gap in my resume because I was home having babies.
Yeah.
And they're like, did you do anything while you were at home? And I'm like, well, I did this. And they were like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, I, been keeping reptiles and breeding them and stuff. And what kind? I'm like, ball pythons. And they're like, so that was the rest of the interview. Like, I don't think they really asked me very much about myself. Talking about snakes. Oh man.
I kind of grew up in the mountains too, so I always played with all the reptiles too. So I guess I've been in it for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, look at where you are though. If I go out herping, I'm just finding garter snakes.
You don't have a whole lot there?
No, it's pretty much garter snakes. There's I think it's Neurodeocyphodon, like a water snake.
Okay.
Garters, and that's pretty much it.
Wow.
You got some turtles. You got some. Oh, we do have snapping turtles.
Okay.
Big. Yeah. That's about it, really.
Okay.
It's cold here.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Do you go herping a lot, or?
Not a whole lot. I have a couple friends that do quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I believe one or two of them may be in the chat here. They find a lot of nice stuff.
Yeah.
They would probably be able to tell you what you have in your area too. Pretty knowledgeable when it comes to your herping.
Yeah, New Brunswick, Canada, and go guys. We don't really have a lot here. So what usually do you guys find around there?
They're finding, I believe, a lot of rattlesnake. You got there's some garter snakes. There's gopher snakes.
Oh.
Let's see. He's going to hate me that I don't remember this one.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? It was we have, king snakes. We have quite a lot of king snakes.
Speaking of a place where it'd be fun to herp.
Yeah, that would be fun to go there. There's a lot of stuff that'll want to kill me, but
it's not the reptiles you have to worry about. It's the freaking insects.
Yes.
It's just the insects.
Yeah.
I can take the kangaroos, take everything else. I can take the reptiles. I just watch these. No. Some of them arachnids. Nope, you can't. Nope, bye.
Yeah, the only thing that I believe we're really worried about is the rattlesnakes. If you get bit by one of those, but your chances of getting bit by one are really slim, as long as you're paying attention, I guess.
I'd love to go herping in that area that you're in, just because I'd love to see a rattlesnake, like in the wild.
Yeah.
But I have bad luck, and I'd be that idiot that would get bit.
That's why they have a rattle. They're going to tell you before you get close to them.
Oh, I know, but I'm also like, if Murphy's Law was a person.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Lots of fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, my buddies here also, they'll go over to the desert and stuff also. They'll find the collared lizard stuff like over there also.
Oh, cool.
All kinds of the different lizards. I think it's chuckwallas.
Huh?
They find in those areas a lot of the different types of little geckos.
Mm-hmm.
They look like leopard geckos, kind of.
Okay.
Along with all of your different bugs that are out there, the scorpions, the fainting beetles.
Oh,
a lot of different stuff that they come across out in the desert area.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess we do have a lot of stuff in our area here.
I guess I need to go down to California.
Yeah.
Who's going to take me herping?
I don't know too many spots. I don't do it too often.
It's definitely on my list of a place I want to go herping in, just because there's such cool things. But she found a hissing beetle.
Hissing beetle. The beetle that hisses here is a you catch a June bug, that thing's going to be hissing at you.
That's not even hissing. That's just like the wings flapping as it can barely.
Something. It sounds like hissing, though. That's what everybody runs from.
The ones here, like, they're so fat, like, they can barely fly. So it's mostly them trying not to fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
I hate June bugs with a passion.
I like it when you have a group of people over, back patio, one flies in and somebody's deathly afraid of them. That really gets the whole party going.
They gross me out so much, and they always go for my hair.
Yeah.
And they serve no ecological purpose. Like, there's no nutrition to them. There's nothing. Like, they're just croutons.
Yeah.
Like, if they served a purpose to the food chain, that'd be great. But they don't. There's no point of them, and they're gross.
Jose said, "Come on down."
Sweet. Soon as borders open up.
Yeah.
Oh no, we can fly now. We just can't drive.
They won't let you drive across?
No, the borders are still shut. So I know up here is opening up. I think it's September something. September, October. Yeah, September 9th, I think it is, that Americans will be able to cross up, like, via the land border.
Okay.
As long as, you got your vaccines and stuff. But we're still not allowed to cross into the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're a minivan family, so it's cheaper to drive the minivan places than it is to buy 5 plane tickets.
Yes.
So I want to do a big road trip down to Nerd. Nerd's about like 6.5 hours from us.
Okay.
So I want to go down there. And
I'd like to see that facility.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to the Reptarium. I want to go to Snake Discoveries Zoo that's opening up.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kilbolka's. My sister moved up into his area. Mm-hmm. It's still a pretty good little drive away from him, but I'll have to go visit her and take a little side trip and go see Kilbolka also.
I'd love to go see that. I don't know if he'd let me in. He's just probably like, I don't know who she is. Why would I let her in? Why is this girl with blue hair showing up at my door?
Yeah.
But I'd like to go down through in an ideal world, I'd love to take like a couple months and just travel through all the states and visit everybody.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I know.
That'd be fun.
It'd be so much fun.
Well, you've gotten to meet a lot of different people through this site also.
Through Billy's Patreon, I used to be a member of. Kusko's Patreon that I am a member of. Doing this thing, Instagram. Okay. I've met so many people in the community, like the big community, so fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it so much. It's just it's so fun to meet people this way.
Yeah.
Have you thought about jumping over to the YouTubes?
Yeah, I've got a page. All I have is, Bob's Oddballs on it. Everything's blank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning the platform. I'm not that good with a lot of the different stuff like this.
That too.
But I'm starting to watch a lot more. I'm starting to kind of get involved with other people's lives, see how they're doing it, asking questions.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
Do you know what kind of one you want to do? If you want to do like videos or interviews or lives or
I don't know yet. I didn't know. That's why I got to find all the different avenues you can do.
there's so many different niches, right?
Okay.
So
I don't know if I want to host like what you're doing.
yeah.
Or over, jumping in with stuff, making videos. I don't know yet. You got to see how.
We can we can talk about that again. So what's your favorite snakes in your collection?
My favorite right now is my acid. I'm not sure if they want to see it or not, but let's see here.
Yeah, we want to see it. I was hoping you would pull it out earlier. Love acid.
This is a super pastel acid het clown.
Oh.
Move this over.
Oh, I love acid so much.
It's kind of harder to show on this.
That's stunning. Who produced that?
This one, I believe, was from Killinger.
Okay.
I didn't get it through them. I got it through somebody else. It was a collection that I picked up. There's that, you probably want to see the, make sure she's not shedding.
Mm-hmm. The good ones are always in shed when you want to.
Yeah. This just came from Justin Kabolka. It was one of his lines. That's the light's messing with it here. Let's see.
The lights always mess. Such a pretty one.
Yeah. Okay. That's the dream. That's the dreamsicle.
I love the pattern on that one.
Donatello, the Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh, I can't unsee it.
But yeah, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that new one wasn't in shed right now. I would like to show you that one.
So, I mean, we talked earlier about what's morphs you wanted to get into, and you were mentioning one of them being puzzle. Is there a certain way you want to take it if you were to get it?
Acid. Bongo.
Acid bongo.
That. I mean, I'm already getting the acid in the clown, so mixing it in with some clowns and stuff would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Exanthic stuff. I got quite a lot of exanthic for this next year. I did make. Let's see how.
Xanthic's lovely.
The zebra bee.
The zebra bee. Oh, that's so
produced
beautiful.
Him.
Yeah.
So he's going to be Dad. Dad was a het.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be replacing Dad for this next year.
Awesome.
But like I've got the bongo head exanthic. I've got where'd that one girl go? I'm gonna be trying to get GHI in the clown.
Oh, GHI clown's beautiful.
I got a lesser bee exanthic.
Okay.
I'm using also.
Mm-hmm.
Then also shooting for this guy is het pied. Oops.
Ooh. That's a pretty one.
Yeah, this camera's a bit different.
Oh, beautiful head on it. Oh, look at that pattern.
Yeah, I got to figure out a different light in here. This guy is the pastel Mojave yellow belly.
Mm-hmm.
But he's clown.
Yeah.
But he's possible het pied, so I want to prove him out this next year too. So
Ooh.
that would be interesting.
I'm trying to picture that in like clown pied form, and I can't. That'll be amazing.
It's pretty trippy. It's nice looking.
Yeah.
I wish I had one to show you.
Well, you have to produce it to show me next year.
This is another big hitter that I picked up. I mean, he's got quite a few genes in him.
Oh, pretty.
I'm not sure how it's showing up on your side, but he's all orange.
Yeah, it's kind of showing up a little yellow, but
let's see. No, yeah, it's not wanting to.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, he's not showing up very well. This one is, it's a bongo banana, black pastel, yellow belly, GHI orange green.
Dibs on when you no longer need that, even though it has banana in it.
It doesn't look banana when you see it. It looks more like a Cheeto.
What? Like bongo.
Yeah.
So were you like bongo and acid and all that stuff? Are you a big leopard fan too?
Yes, I like leopard. I've got blackhead into it so far. But nothing else yet. Well, let's see. I had a pairing with the blackhead to bongo also. Waiting on that. I've got a pastel lesser bongo that I'm going to put the blackhead to. See, I like that. The pastel lesser bongo, they stay yellow. They don't lose their coloring. You know, a lot of times a lot of the babies are really bright. With that one there, it stays pretty bright.
Yeah.
Really gorgeous.
Huh.
You know, I like to keep some that will keep that vibrant color instead of fading out as they get older.
I know who I'm importing from next year.
Yeah, see, I've got quite a few things coming up. But next year, I believe, will be my top year so far.
Oh, that's so exciting! Seems like you're going to be like pulling out bongo out of your butt next year, which is nothing's wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
Oh, I love bongo so much. I want to get it really, really, really bad into freeway.
Got me with her tooth. That was the pastel blackhead leopard.
My God, that's a striking animal.
Yeah.
Oh.
I ended up getting three females out of that.
Beautiful. So I'm assuming you're similar to me, and you love pattern.
I like what catches your eye. You know, like I said, I don't want to make just a white snake. Even though everybody wants a bell. Every show you go to, do you have any bells? Do you have any bells? So when I do make things, I'm looking to make something else. But if I get some bells along the way, I'm perfectly fine with it. You know, but I don't strive to just do that.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I see it too. Like if I could hit some bells in it, great, because they'll sell. I do have a friend, and she doors bells, and she makes a guaranteed all bell clutch every year.
Okay.
Just because she just loves to hatch them.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, hers are beautiful. Jay with Pretty Balls up here in Canada. Okay. And she does it every year just because she enjoys it. She enjoys having the whole litter, and they're beautiful. Or litter clutch. Oh my god. I had 2 litters today, guys, and I've got litter on the brain, not clutch. These aren't boas, they're not litters, but yeah, it's really cool. What's your least favorite morph?
I'm really not too much into pinstripe. I've got 4 pinstripe girls here that I can't get to do anything. Now, my Inchi pinstripe, she does.
Mm-hmm.
But my regular pinstripes, I've got 4 of them, I think, right now. And nothing. I don't know. I like it, and I don't like it. It's a very busy pattern, mixing it in with things.
Yeah.
It's
a strong pattern.
It depends on what you're mixing it with, I guess you could say. I like the Inchi, because you start mixing that Inchi in with things, it makes it pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably say that's probably one of my least favorites. I think that was one of your favorites.
I love it. I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it?
Mm-mm. I don't have it. I don't have a big variety of stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of like, again, we have a small collection. It's under 20 snakes. So it's very concentrated right now.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of variety. But I love it. When I first started, we called it the poor man's clown. We also called Banana Mystic, or John does. He calls it the poor man's sunset.
Yeah. See, and that's another gene that I wouldn't mind having it, but I'm not necessarily chasing it.
There's only been a couple of them that I've seen that have blown my mind that I liked, and that was the ones Kusko produced, the cinnamon enchi ones, cinnamon enchi sunsets. And then it was Brad Boa that produced a couple that I liked. What's going on? The dog?
Oh, I got a snake back here that's making quite a lot of noise. I don't know if you could have heard it over that.
No.
Yeah, it was passing gas, put it that way. It was.
I never heard of that until people told me, and I'm like, you're lying. Until one day I'm sitting there and I thought my cat was stuck somewheres and it was hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. And then I realize it's coming from that area. And I'm like, oh my God, is one of my snakes dying? And I'm going through and literally it started pooping after that. Yeah. I'm like, is that what it was?
I've had them do it without even pooping. I'm like, good Lord, what was that? And I go, look.
I've never heard of it before. What's the weirdest thing you've experienced with some of your animals?
The weirdest?
Yeah.
Other than that? I don't know other than that.
I'll tell you mine.
Okay, I do have a weird one.
Okay.
And a buddy of mine warned me about it with the Mexican beaded lizards.
Okay.
It happened to me. If you're still here, I go walking into the room. I've got them in their big enclosures.
Yeah. And
I look in there, and there's this lizard, upside down, arms sprawled out. Oh my gosh, this thing's dead.
Yeah.
No, you go tap on the window, they jump up and look at you. They just turn upside down and go sleep.
Oh my God. So our weird thing, and it's, oh my God, I don't know if it's normal for this to happen, but it doesn't happen with any other animal. We have this one snake, and the entire time it's in blue and in shed, it sits there and hisses 24/7.
Wow.
It's just ew, get it off me, get it off me. It just sits there, and it's so obnoxiously loud. Because we used to have, when we just had 9 of them, we used to have the rack beside the bed, right? And it'd be 2:00 in the morning, and all you hear is this obnoxious hiss. Yeah. And you're like, what is wrong with you? It sits there in a ball, like all coiled up, until it's done shedding, hissing. From the time it starts going in blue till the skin is off, like the shed's off.
Wow.
So it's like a week of it, right?
Jeez.
Like it's so. I'm like, I don't know if this is normal, but this is the way that one behaves.
Wow.
It's,
You know, I've had crested geckos too, stuff like that. So if you're talking about weird or just off the wall stuff, those things can be kind of that way too. You know, hanging upside down with their feet stuck to the screen. You know, just real goofy.
Mm-hmm. There was a meme that said like the intelligence of all the reptiles, and it said crested geckos, cricket in the brain. Oh yeah, that's about accurate.
Yeah,
they're not smart.
Those things will just jump off into midair, not know where they're going.
Yeah, freedom. It's like, oh my god, morning geckos are not much better for that.
No, a lot of your geckos are that way. The lychees, they can be that way a little bit more, but they can be a little on the mean side too.
Yeah, are you planning on breeding lychees, or?
I have.
You have?
I don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
It just ball pythons, the lychees, the geckos. I cut down of a lot of stuff there for a while. You know, then I just picked up a few more things. Yeah. My male lychee would protect the eggs, and I never knew this. This was like the first year that you know that I had bred them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've stuck my hand in there many times, perfectly fine, never bite.
Yeah.
The moment she laid eggs, he became a jerk. I reached in there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for some eggs, and he reached over and latched onto my finger. Oh, it was horrible. It was just shredded my finger. You know, I yanked my hand out. He came flying with it, and, and then he knew that I was afraid of him since then. So every time I'd go in there, I would like take the cork flat and put it in front of him and want to start digging underneath. He would climb over it at me. He would come after me. So it was crazy. He's actually jumped out of the tank to try to get me.
I mean, they do look like little tiny velociraptors.
Yeah.
In the face. They're so pretty. They're kind of like a dream species, but we're kind of moving away from the lizards and stuff and trying to concentrate more on snakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's funny. I didn't know that the males will guard the eggs.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I want to say there was a study that somebody did. They took a picture of this when I was something that I read. It showed this lychee. They had like this branch that was kind of curved up.
Yeah.
And the lychee was just sitting right on top of it, and the eggs were down here. And he was guarding the eggs.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I've never, because usually, you know, most species you put the male in and then you take the male out and the female lays and stuff. So that's so neat.
Yeah, these ones I kept together. I had two different cages, but I kept them together a lot of the time.
I've heard female lychees can be really particular about their males too.
They can. They can just be like marriage, you know, our marriage, where they can get along great for a couple of years and decide that they want to break up and not have anything to do with each other. So it's really crazy. That's why, you know, sometimes I would have two females and a male. Somebody would say, well, why don't you breed both of them? Because I'm afraid of her not liking him if I put him in with the other one.
Huh.
So I never did that. Just for the fear of, okay, if he gets her scent and she doesn't like it, what's going to happen?
That's so interesting, because I know someone who had like a female and he went through like 4 males.
Yeah. You got to introduce them differently. You know, some people will put them in, you know, I kept my 2 cages next to each other. So they were able to see each other, and they would a lot of times get on the glass on the other side of each other. So they got familiar with each other before actually putting them together. I've heard of other people taking like a little critter keeper.
Yeah.
Putting one inside the cage with the other. That way they could talk to each other, see each other, smell each other, but not hurt each other.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you leave them together like that for a little while before you actually introduce them together.
That's so neat.
You know, because they will tear each other up. The bite from those things is pretty rough.
I've heard of like the female just outright, no, don't like you, let me murder you.
Yeah. I mean, I've been bit in the face by one of these ball pythons. It didn't hurt as bad as that lychee.
Mm-hmm. I believe it. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
The things you didn't know. Huh. Let's see what time it is. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. So if anybody wants to drop any questions in the chat, things like that, any thoughts for Bob and his oddballs. Oh, it makes me so happy. There's more than just me now.
Oh, for Saphira, I also used to have northern blue tongues.
Ooh.
Which I wish I still had.
They're so neat.
Yeah, I had a couple breeder females that were, as soon as I traded them over to another guy, they ended up laying. Like, crap.
I wish I had that luck.
Yeah.
I want to buy something and it just like, well, I mean, we had a rat do that. We bought a rat and it was like 7 days later, not even, it was like, 6 days later, it dropped a litter.
Wow.
We got the buy one, get 9 free policy.
I actually have a friend here that's giving me a lot of crap over, you know, the raffles or the waffles or whatever you want to call them. I want a snake.
Yeah.
A week later, I got eggs from that female after I got her.
Did the person you get the...
Well, a few of my buddies here, we in a competition, but it's not a competition. It's just a friend thing that we're just goofing off, playing around.
Yeah.
So you can't count that one. That's an inherited clutch. You can't count that one. You know, so
it's in my incubator. It counts.
That's what I told him.
Well, it's like with our, female that's a way. I'm like, if it lays, does it count as my clutch? If it's split clutch, does that make me a real breeder? Am I a real boy now? Because there's so many definitions of like when you can say you're a breeder, and I'm just like,
yeah. See, that would be awesome. What Saphira just said.
I want to.
That'd be awesome having some cool lizards like that having babies in your yard.
The only thing having babies in my yard is freaking spiders.
Same here.
Oh no, we've got a chipmunk that hangs out in a skunk.
Oh, I did have a hummingbird on my back patio last year. She laid a nest in our patio. There was a little nail sticking out of the stucco above where everybody would sit. It was kind of funny because when she'd pee and stuff, if somebody was sitting there, they would get wet. But she had a couple babies in there. That was really cool.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Was it like the red throat hummingbirds or?
She was not the male's always the colorful one, but she was more of a green colored.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
I love hummingbirds. I need to get some hummingbird feeders, but I haven't seen any around here like since we've moved up here. I haven't seen any up here. But maybe I just need to.
She this last year she ended up flying into my house. The door was open. We had friends over for one night. Mm-hmm. She came in the house, and then I got ceiling fans in almost every room.
Yeah.
So I'm like, crap. So I'm trying to get her out of the house without hurting her. She kind of flew into the fan. Luckily, the fan was going slow, so she kind of thumped on a little bit. Then she's going to the light. So I'd stand there, put my hand up, and she'd land on my finger.
Yeah.
Finally, I got her outside, and I saw her for a few days after that, and then she was gone. I haven't seen her since.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. It was cool, though. Landed in my hand.
No clue until we saw little blue-tongued lizards around the place. Mama had found refuge in a drain pipe. They're such a nifty critter. Like, I would love to. I haven't seen any in person. I'd love to see the sassy in person, as I say.
They're cool. You know how you see the little pictures that are sitting there looking at you, sticking their tongue out at you, and like, a lot of the babies are going to do that more than the adults.
Well, sometimes too, I find I don't know about you, but like I see pictures of something and I think it's way cool and I almost romanticize it in my head.
Yeah.
And there's been a few times where, I looked for a year for a certain reptile and then I got it and it was so underwhelming. Like, I looked for a year for Cuban false chameleons. Like, that was my dream.
Yeah.
And then I got them.
It was kind of like,
They were not how I was promised they were.
Yeah.
Because everybody says they're so chill and just relax. No. Mine always had the beards out and the big threat display with the black tongues. And,
yeah.
Was told they're super easy to breed. Found out they're similar to lychees in the way that if they don't get along, they.
Yep.
Yeah. But I was, because there's so little information on them at this point, like they're newer to the hobby.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. I love them. They're a Nanoli species.
Yeah. The regular chameleons are, I've had chameleons. They're a little different. You got to take a lot of upkeep with those. I like the little carpet ones, the little carpet chameleons.
Oh, cute. I had mine for over a year, and once they hit sexual maturity, like, and not good. And they literally beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
Until basically they killed each other.
Yeah.
And that was just like one go. Because I was told if you cohab them right from the beginning, like I bought them both at the same time.
Yeah.
And raised them together, it'd be fine. No issues until my male became a horny bastard.
Yeah.
And the first time it was just like, nope. It's like, no.
He'll beat her up. The veiled.
Beat him up.
Yeah. Wow.
But they beat each other up so bad that it's just,
I had a veiled one time, and I had a little misting system in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
I go out and buy a brand new heat bulb. I've got it set up in there.
Yeah.
It's on a timer. Well, he decided to go over and get that nozzle and twist it. Well, I had the heat bulb on. Well, I had the mister on a timer. It squirted right up into that bulb and shattered it.
Oh, no.
It exploded. So next thing I know, I got a blind chameleon.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so that was really bad. That really sucked. But he had pointed that thing right to that heat light and it exploded, whatever dust, particle, whatever. He happened to be right there. And it ended up taking his life.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
See, all I can think of is Karma Chameleon in that scenario. Oh, I'm horrible. Oh, bad reptile puns. That. We should start explaining to reptiles how their equipment works so they don't do these things. We'll leave them instruction manuals.
That's kind of like the dogs I have here. I tell them don't do that. They just look at me like, shut up.
It's kind of like my children. Like,
yeah.
You tell them to do something, they're like, huh?
Yep.
Except for the 1-year-old, like, she's still in that phase where she'll do what I say and then clap when she does it.
Wow.
And if you don't say good job, she'll sit there with like breasts until you do it. It's so funny.
Yeah, then you gotta start telling them the opposite of what you want them to do because they always want to not do what you want them to do.
Oh my God. Or they just like get overstimulated. It's horrendous. like I argue with the 7-year-old about snakes because she's into the morphs and the breeding. So
Yeah.
she had a pairing this year. It didn't work out for her, but like, so her and I fight about snakes and morphs and stuff. And me telling her like, no, this is what it's gonna do, and she's like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna see one more thing real quick here.
Ooh. Show us all the oddballs, Bob.
Oh, there's no way I can show you all of them. But I wanted your is your hubby right there with you?
He stepped outside to have a cigarette. He'll be here in a second. They're gonna show us some. Oh, he's gonna be like,
He likes the banana stuff.
oh my god, and he's so obnoxious about it. I think that's part of the reason why I hate it so much, is because it's like all he talks about. That and mahogany. Mahogany and banana are his like.
I was gonna show him this one if it. Let's see if I do this. Get some of the light.
Man, that is super purple.
Yes. So that's that one that came from that Savannah pairing.
Okay.
So I believe it's going to have cinnamon.
I was going to say, is it the Cinny doing that?
Yes. And I can't get it to take that. Do you see any of the orange in that?
Oh, yeah. See, if the banana could stay looking like that, I'd be good.
This one came out just really vibrant, really nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the Mojave version of it in there also.
Yeah.
This one's not.
It's going to freckle now.
Yeah, I haven't really. They had just shed. I got them separated and trying to get them all to eat. Mm-hmm. And this one happens to be a boy, which, shocker, they're all boys.
I just yelled at him. I was like, John, Bob wants to show you his banana. Haha, look. We're not naked on my YouTube channel.
How's the color coming out there?
Very purple and orange.
Okay, perfect. I'm trying to hide it from light because it kind of fades out.
It's super purple. It's very hot in here. You guys just got to see half naked John. Bob's like, damn it, I wasn't even looking at the screen.
No, I wasn't.
It's a running joke if John even exists. Some people believe I keep him locked up in a basement because he's never on screen.
That's not a banana. That's a crystal here.
Oh, yeah. We love special in our house.
Turned out really nice. It's nice to get 5 of them and 5 bells.
Yeah. And then that Mystic Phantom.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've been...
That still shocks me that it's not like white.
Look at this one here.
Okay, that one's interesting.
I believe that one's going to have the calico in it here.
Yeah, I was about to ask, is that calico?
Yeah.
Wow.
The colors on these things here in person are just really vibrant on those. But that's, a lot of times I'm looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Because that right there, I mean, if I make too many brown snakes, all this the same stuff, and I'm at a show, then it's brown. Doesn't usually show you. Then it kind of blends, and people don't see the differences in them. Yeah. Like a pastel Russo head clown, they think is just like a regular normal.
Yeah. Russo's one I haven't really seen much of.
You haven't seen much Russo?
No. Honestly, I don't see too much of stuff unless like I buy it and it comes to my house.
Okay. Let me see.
I've heard it a bit, but I haven't seen too much of it. I know it's part of the Bell complex.
Yes, Super Russo. Yeah, dang it, it's in shed, but this is that blackhead It was the black pastel, the blackhead pastel het red xanthic.
Oh my God.
It's in shed, but it goes from brown to silver on the patterns.
I love that. That is stunning.
Yes. Really dark black on the top.
Yeah.
It's got a couple little spots down in it, but I really like it because of the, you'll have brown pattern and all of a sudden you'll have a silver pattern.
Mm.
And I got these two out of it also.
Now those are nifty.
Yeah. Nice all silver. This one's not as prominent. A lot more pattern to it.
Yep.
Just not as bright as the other one.
No. I still like it.
And it looks like one shed. This was one of its siblings here.
Oh, see, that's pretty too.
Yeah. Came out really dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are so pretty. I need some dark stuff, Bob. Got to get more
nice stuff coming out. I got more heads poking out of eggs in there now.
How many clutches left this year, you think?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 out of the 25 so far.
Oh my God.
So got a lot of it kind of early.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I still have girls that didn't lay till December last year. So I'm waiting on a lot more. So it'd be great if I could hit 40.
Yeah. Are you planning on going to any of the expos soon?
The shows around here, they're going to be hit and miss with the COVID stuff going on. Sacramento was one of the shows that San Jose.
Yeah. That
one got canceled because of the COVID stuff. They use that facility for the testing and the storage and all this other stuff. The next one will be the Anaheim in the LA area.
Okay.
And that's coming up. That's next month.
Yeah.
I've got some friends going all the way over to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Wow.
From here. Yeah. There's a show going on next weekend there.
You guys have so many shows down in the States going on. We're having our first one tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah. It's 10 hours for me and I'm not going.
Is it a show to say that Billy would go to, or is
Billy's pending?
Okay.
It's in Toronto. Just where you have to buy tickets for certain times and stuff, like to break it up. That I'm not like, they have mornings and afternoons and stuff to help with lines and things like that. Like, it's just right now, it's not worth the 10-hour drive with the kids yet.
Yeah.
To go that. Yeah, it's not worth yet. Let's. I'm gonna watch and see what happens, but I'm holding out that possibly we'll have the CRB in November.
Yeah.
They're talking about it. That's the big one.
Well, our biggest one, I think, that is in this area would be the one in Anaheim coming up. It's a super show. The promoter puts one on in Pomona and in Anaheim, 2 different ones during the year. And that one, he's pulled in like Ozzy Boyd, Kilboca. He pulled in some of the bigger names to that one there.
Yeah.
Some of our other shows up and down through here aren't necessarily big, huge shows, but we'll still pull 3,000-4,000 people easily.
My little province has their first show ever coming up here in a few weeks, but there's not many breeders where I live.
Okay.
And it's 5.5 hours away from me. So I'm not going, and I have nothing to vend, so I'm not going to really be going to that one.
Okay.
Because we live in a really, really tiny area. There's maybe right now there's only 5 vendors.
Wow.
So I'm not going to go to that one yet. I'm not driving X amount of hours with kids to.
Yeah. Yeah. I started out with some of the small ones around here just because I wanted to get my feet wet for one.
Yeah.
And learn,
Yeah.
I think by the second year to the third I started out with making my own types of showcases, the wooden steps and just using tubs, and to now having the acrylics and all the lighting and, the banner, getting
fireworks going off in the background, pyrotechnics.
Yeah, I wish. That'd be cool.
Just have like deli cups with sparklers on them.
Yeah.
I don't actually do that, people.
You might get kicked out.
Oh my god. Oh, I just was like, as soon as the words out of my mouth, I'm like, please, someone don't actually do that. Somebody might.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to go to the CRBE in November if they have it. Because that's our big show here in Canada. Okay. It's like our Tinley, but it's smaller than Tinley.
I'm hoping to make it to Tinley this next Tinley. I want to go to that one.
I'm hoping to make it. It won't be this year we go, but I'm hoping like the spring one to go. I've never been to an expo.
You've never gone to? Oh, wow.
We don't really have them around here.
You're going to be like a kid in a candy store.
I want to find a little corner and set up like what Kusko does.
Yeah.
And interview people. And I want to go and work and just, like, I don't have anything to sell, so I'd like to just go and learn and watch and see people in person, because this whole majority of our reptile keeping has, even just because we live in a small area that doesn't have a lot of reptile keepers, has all been online.
Yeah.
Not just because of the pandemic, just because we're so far away. So, from people. So I'd like to go actually see my people in person.
Yeah. Well, you never know. You might know somebody that's going to be vending that has a lot of space. Maybe they could set you up or something.
That's what I'm trying to bribe people with right now. Like my friends who will be vending, I'm like, hey, if I sit in a corner at your table and interview people, like, I'll say you sponsored the show. All those interviews, like, just let me sit in a corner. But yeah, I'm hoping soon. So, where I'm new in your season, your 6 years, what would your best piece of advice be to a newbie getting into the whole ball python thing?
What I try to tell everybody, and it's the main thing that everybody forgets when they're getting into this: how are you going to feed your animals?
Breed rats.
Exactly. A lot of people don't think about what it's going to cost them to be able to do the upkeep for their animals.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the show. Either they want to do that thing's nice, I want this, I want that, let's go out and get this and that.
Mm-hmm. But
they never think about, wait a minute, I got all these rodents I got to buy. Man, I can't do this every week. I can't, So, I mean, you think about your feeding before you really decide to start jumping into the middle of doing a lot of breeding.
Once we got to just owning 7, we decided we're going to breed them. Mm-hmm. Rats.
Yeah. It's double the work. Because now you're messing with the rats a couple times a week easily. Then you're also in your room cleaning stuff a couple times a week easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. We're lucky that the rats can pay for themselves, though. Because if we get like a really nice temperament male that's super nice and sweet, I'll sell it for a pet.
Yeah.
For like $10.
I've done that.
Yep. And then that covers the food. Well, a couple will cover the food. But we also, where our feeder company comes from another province, they only come in as 3 hours away from us.
Okay.
So we have to meet them. So we do deliveries on the way. Like, we'll pick up the orders and then do deliveries on the way home. That helps pay for our rat order in between litters, and we'll pay for our gas and stuff.
Yeah.
We don't pay to feed our snakes.
Yeah, the people getting into it all. So it just, you got to pay attention to what, if you think somebody's jumping onto you saying, well, you're not doing this, you're not doing that,
Mm-hmm.
the reason is because they care about the animals. Don't take offense. Just they're caring about the animals, wanting to make sure that you're taking care of them correctly. Nobody wants to lose a snake. I've sold snakes before. Next thing I know, the snake passes away due to not knowing the proper way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times your baby snakes, I try to tell people exactly what they need to do.
Yep.
And sometimes it's just not followed. So, we don't mean to jump on you if we're trying to teach you through and show you what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just, we don't want to lose an animal.
Yeah. They're picky. They're picky enough and stress out enough.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. They will stress. Ball pythons will stress out. You move one thing in their tub, put that back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to eat. You got to be the right temperatures, your humidity, everything. So
you looked at me while I was in shed. I'm not going to eat for 3 weeks. We have one, and it's really hard to tell when he's in blue just because of his colors and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you offer him food when he's in blue, he'll go off food for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
From the stress of it. And you're just it's a guessing game.
Yeah.
It's a guessing game if he's in shed or not.
Yeah. It's, I've been doing it for this long and I still don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
I learn something new every day. I always keep that attitude also. Just because it's always been done a certain way doesn't mean that something else actually works also. So I've had things which should have worked, but I did something a little different and it actually worked. So
yeah,
you gotta try.
Yeah. Is there anybody in the hobby that if you could meet one person in the hobby, who would you meet in person?
If I could be a certain person in the hobby?
Yeah. Like somebody you look up to, or if you could meet one person in the hobby, in person and sit down, have lunch, see their stuff.
Oh, wow.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
It is. Because there's a lot of really great guys out there. Yeah. I haven't got to meet a lot of them. I haven't got to talk to a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
A few of them recently I have been chatting with a little bit, through social media or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing more of their posts, seeing what kind of people they are.
Yeah.
One of those newer ones being is, Josh Jackie.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been watching him a little bit here lately. I've chatted with him online here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a really cool dude. Ozzy Boyd, Justin Kabolka, all these guys, you were talking about Nerd. I'd love to meet Kevin.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys out there. Yeah. There's quite a few out there that I wouldn't mind chatting with.
You already met Kusko and his hair.
Yes, I've met Kusko. I've known him for a little while. Fortunately,
I have not had the pleasure of meeting him in person yet. It's going to happen. It'll be fun.
You'll have a good time with him. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah. There's a good question. What kind of incubator do you use?
I made my own incubator.
Ooh, how did you make it?
Okay, so I have what you would normally go into any kind of store and get a soda out of. You open the door. It's a refrigerator.
Yeah.
With a glass front. So what I have on mine is every shelf I have heat tape across the back.
Okay.
So every shelf I have a 4-inch heat tape. In front of each one of those rows of heat tape,
mm-hmm.
I have a row of water bottles. Okay, across. So when I say this is the back of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I slide a tub in. It hits here. Okay. That heat tape's back here. So if that heat tape ever fires up and heats up, I know that heat's not going directly into my tub. It's going through the water bottle for one.
Huh.
The other thing, when you line it with water bottles, it retains a heat.
Yep.
So you're opening the door, checking on stuff. You're always playing peekaboo. You know what I mean? So, I mean, those water bottles will help you retain that heat. A water bowl at the bottom to keep the humidity, and a thermostat. Some people use fans. A lot of people use fans. I've had good luck without a fan. I tried using a fan and a small one, when I first started, and I dried a clutch out using the, whether it was a wrong fan, whatever. I don't know what so I got a bad taste in my mouth for a fan.
Yeah.
I don't use a fan in my incubator.
But that kind of makes sense because most time when people are using fan, it's to cause the heat to circulate, right? Because they're using a strip at the back.
Yes.
So you're doing a strip on each row.
Yeah, each row in the back.
Huh.
And I also didn't overkill, so I kind of judged it, okay? Like I had a buddy that went and put 12-inch all over everything. I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's going to be overkill. So I started out with a 4-inch, and then you can add to it. If it doesn't heat up correctly for you, then you could always add to it.
Yeah.
And I did it before, I checked temperatures. I did everything before I ever started putting a clutch in it. So you can't do it last minute. Get it set up before you start doing something.
Yeah.
I still have my first one, which was a little wine cooler. We use that for our colubrids right now. It's a different temperature. Still no fan. It works for me. Like I said, some things work for people, some things don't.
Yeah.
It works for me. I put vermiculite, and with the little plastic light diffuser, and my eggs sit on top of that. Some people will bury down in vermiculite. So, I mean, it works for me, but it's just an old refrigerator.
Yeah, I know some people who don't even use vermiculite, like Chris Ward with the reptile ward, uses sponges instead of vermiculite. And I'm like, that's genius.
I see one step that I look at that and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. For one, when the snake hatches out, it doesn't get dirt all over it.
That's why I love it.
The other thing, though, is you're going to have to go, I think you'd have to go back periodically and add water to those sponges.
I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him.
I haven't looked into it, but that would be one of my first thoughts to that.
Yeah, you should actually join his Discord. He's got a Discord. It's like a little chatting community.
Okay.
And there's a lot of great people in there.
I got into my first Discord recently with through Jerome. Jerome sent me a request on one. I don't know how to use it yet. So I know that they said welcome, this and that. So I got to play with it and figure it out.
I'm looking to see like if you're in, because I'm in 17 of them. So I'll have to look later to see if it's one that I'm in.
I don't even know how to get to it from here.
I'm in 17. Since we're on
I downloaded the app.
Yeah. So since we're on incubators, I got a question.
Well, was there PDs in here earlier?
Yep.
So he's in this one. I think it might be his.
PD's has one and he didn't tell me.
Is that who was in here?
Yeah, PD's reptiles.
Yeah. So I'm in the one that he's in.
Oh no, I know where it is. I see you.
Yeah.
It's not his, but I know where it is. So I have, because part of the show is like we're like me being a newbie and I like to ask questions. Since we're on the subject of incubators, I have a question because I have this idea for an incubator. And I'm not sure if it will work, but if it will work, it would be genius. So, those grow tents that hold heat and you can get them kind of small too?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I can rig that into an incubator. Because when you're not in use, it would be easy to tear down.
Yeah.
And store.
My first thought on that real quick, it's too thin.
Even the thick mylar ones?
I only know of like the ones that are made out of like a tent.
No.
So I would think it would fluctuate too quickly.
So there's the ones that are like made out of mylar. So they have the reflective on the inside.
Okay.
And then on the outside, like it's thick, like canvas, right? So they're thick. People will actually use them, like the big ones, to house like monitors and tagus. They're so thick and durable.
If you can get it to hold that temperature, and say if you open the door, it only drops a degree or two, then comes right back up, then why not?
People also use them to grow certain types of plants that need some heat.
Well, that's kind of the main reason they were developed too, I think. So
yeah. But I'm just like, would this work?
It's possible.
Because people have also rigged them up too for like to make like little mini snake rooms and put racks in them.
Yeah. I would say if you had it in the closet, if you didn't have it directly underneath an air conditioning vent, didn't have it in a window in the sunlight.
Yep.
You know, so as long as you're able to control what's around it on the outside, you'd probably have a better rate of success.
Yeah, because I think I want to experiment and try it. Like, just see if it'll keep temps, obviously, before I do anything.
That and humidity.
Humidity as well. Because if that could work, like when it's not in use, so easy to tear down.
You fold it up and put it on the top shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you don't have a big clunky piece of equipment hanging out.
Yeah.
Someone said I was nuts, but I'm like,
you gotta, try it out. Put a couple little tubs with, say, some wet vermiculite in it. See what the tubs do on the inside. See if you get a condensation on the tub. Watch your temperatures. Have a gauge. See if it stays.
Yeah.
If it's staying, never changing, then I don't know. It could be an option.
Yeah, because even like the way you're doing your incubator with the 4-inch strip on each shelf, right?
Yeah. See, I haven't been paying attention to what people were saying on the side.
Yeah. Someone said the water bottle's behind the tubs, though. Because I'm thinking now, like, if I took your method with the 4-inch on each shelf with the water bottles in front of, that would really work well in that method. That method would work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used a hydro grow tent 10 by 10 feet to house about 80 ball pythons. So if it can get warm enough to house 80 ball.
Yeah. I would just pay attention to the fluctuation of the temperature.
Yeah.
This that I have here, it drops maybe 1 degree if I open that door. Then I'm able to shut it and it goes right back up.
Yeah.
So it keeps its temperature. It never overheats. During the summer, if I don't have the air conditioner on in the room also, it'll raise the temperature on my incubator. So, I don't, like the thermostat I use, I don't use just whatever that says. I have an extra thermostat or a gauge.
Yeah.
I'll put 2 gauges on it. Just, one's battery operated, one's plugged into the wall. Like I did have a power outage here before.
Yeah.
PG&E, somebody hit a pole, took out a power line. I was out for like 2 days. I ended up renting a generator just to run this room. But I was at least able to watch my temperature because of the battery operated one. It's just more of a backup for me.
Yeah. I think this is going to be an experiment I try over the next few months and just let it run for months. Because if it works, then it's already up and running by the time, I'm finished doing this season and should have eggs. Huh.
And you're thinking about trying a small one, correct?
Yeah.
Not a smaller environment can change quicker than a bigger environment.
Yeah.
So if you were to try to translate it to bigger.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to try a small. Well, I mean, we shouldn't have too many clutches this year, anyways. But I'd like to try a smaller one, and if that works decent, then move up.
Yeah.
Because those tents aren't cheap, but
I've heard of people using the grow tents for their tegus and stuff like that. I've known a few people that have done that around here.
Yeah. I know they can withstand the heat. It's just I'm interested to see. Oh, Fiber Win logo. You do have one of my favorite logos.
That's my sister.
Oh. Is she the other oddball in the family?
Yeah.
There's always more than one.
She does a little bit more of this type of stuff than I do. She's been doing it for a while.
Oh, does she do
not reptiles, but video stuff. She's
okay. Interesting. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So okay. So we'll see if there's any more questions because it's midnight here.
Okay.
I'll give it 5 more minutes. I said that like half an hour ago. Any more questions for Bob? All Bob's links are down in the description. Go give him a follow. We're going to help Bob get on YouTube. That is my pet project now.
Okay. Well, Morph Minded's tent they say that didn't fluctuate very much. It stayed about 85.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking too, like with the grow tents too, I can just unzip it. Like I don't have to unzip it like you would open a full door in a regular incubator. I can open it just a crack to peek in, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, huh. Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it didn't fluctuate. It doesn't fluctuate much. I set the heat to 85 and it worked well. It kept humidity too. This is going to be a fun experiment.
Always evolving pythons used to grow tents to.
Where he built the snake grow.
Yeah. Miguel?
Yeah. Miguel. Love Miguel. I'm going to pick his brain about it.
Yeah, I've met him too.
Haven't met him yet. I've chatted with him. Lovely fellow.
He might be at this show coming up. I know he's been to, that's where I've seen him at, was the Pomona show or the Anaheim show, either one of those.
Yeah. He's another one of those people like I need to meet.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people. There's a lot of people. I need to meet everybody. I'm just going to go on a North American tour. I'm going to rent a bus. I'm going to go through. We'll go across Canada first, and then we'll go down the west coast of the States and zigzag up through until I'm home.
Yeah.
We'll call it the World Tour or something, North American Tour. Oddballs on wheels.
Yeah.
I'll bring my snakes with me.
You'll have to come down to one of the Las Vegas shows too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
They have shows in Las Vegas.
Yes. We had a couple this last year, and now we have another promoter that's gone into Vegas too. So I think we might have 3 or 4 a year coming up in Vegas.
Hey, honey. You know how I said like we should go to a show for a honeymoon and we should get married like in front of a judge? How do you feel about going to Las Vegas, getting married in front of Elvis, and then going to a big show, reptile show?
Yeah, you'd be right there on Fremont Street. There's a guy, you'll see people walking by on Fremont Street getting married by Elvis. A buddy of mine's brother or sister just did that. I watched the video of it.
I mean, yeah, we've said that before. I'm trying to get him to marry me. That's not working out well for me. But if I can get him to Vegas for a show, I might be able to convince him. I'll just buy him a really nice snake.
Yeah.
I can bribe him. I'll just buy him a nice banana. Love you. He has no idea what's going on because he can't hear anything.
That's right. He doesn't hear any of this, so he's like, "Why is she staring at? What's she laughing at me for? Crap! What's she saying?"
Man. I'll be like, "Yeah, he doesn't watch my stuff," and then he'll be like in the bedroom. I think he's sleeping, and he's suddenly in my chat, and he's like, "I don't do that," and I'm like, "Ah, crap."
Yeah.
Like, don't get into the hobby with your significant others, people. Because one, you can't sneak animals in because they know. You could be like,
Yeah.
oh, I just won this in a raffle, a waffle from someone. No, they know. Then you argue over morphs.
Yeah. Like banana and pinstripe.
No, he likes pinstripe.
Oh.
What's the morph that I like that you hate, John? Or you say stupid? I hate banana. What is it that I like that you think's dumb? Oh, most of everything I like.
Has to be different.
If it's not banana or mahogany, he wants none of it. Oh, we fight over Ultramel versus Monarch.
Yeah.
We get into that argument all the time.
Yeah.
Because
that's kind of like arguing about banana or coral glow.
I mean, banana and coral glow are the same thing. Ultramel and Monarch are not Bob. Ultramel is superior.
Like, I don't think I have either. Actually, I don't have either one of those, the Ultramel or the Monarch.
Ooh.
I do have I have Raven, if you haven't heard of that.
No, I have not heard of Raven. Is that the new hot and trendy?
No, it's just another one of those genes that not everybody has. Just like I have a Lori, even though they're saying it's like just like
hereditary.
Yeah, so we got a few things that are a little different.
Yeah. There's a good one. What do you think of a Krypton?
I haven't really looked at it much, to be honest.
So Krypton's the clown.
Looks like cryptic.
Yeah,
it's cool. But then again, I haven't really looked it up much.
June was ballistic pythons up here in Canada.
Okay.
Does some really neat stuff with Krypton.
So that would be the one that looks like clown, but it's not?
It's not. So, it's cryptic.
Yes.
So cryptic is a visual recessive. I'm going to butcher this. Oh, my God. So if you have a het cryptic and a het clown.
I know the gist of it. I just haven't messed around or even looked up that gene much.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of them, but that's as far as I've gone with it. So I wouldn't tell you what I really think about it.
I get really confused at like the percentages if say like you were to breed it out, because like I'm like, is it allelic? Like, is it if I bred a Krypton to a normal, is everything 50% het, or like I'm gonna get June on and get him to like explain it to me, and we're gonna have a Krypton lesson because it's one of those things that I'm so confused about. Like, I understand what it is, but I want to understand it like when you breed it out.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Who came out with that one?
I have no idea who came out with it.
Yeah, I'd have to look into it a little more.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Mosaic clown now.
It's a recessive allelic
clown.
Okay.
Have you seen the like Mosaic clowns now?
No.
I'm gonna send you links later. It's because I know you like clown. It was like Mosaic Batmans.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a Mosaic clown or what it is, but it's a weird kind of clown.
Okay.
And they're insane. I'll send you links.
See, some of the things, I've got a few buddies around here in town. Yeah. I know what he's got. I know what he's got. I know what they all have. It's some of the stuff we don't have together. You know what I mean? So some of the stuff, a buddy of mine's got the Batman, or another one's making the Batman. So I don't really follow that. I'll go in this direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're Yellow belly mosaic Batmans is what they're. But I don't understand. They're freaking cool.
Okay.
Clown does some. Okay.
Jose looked it up, it looks like. So you can only have a copy of a clown and a cryptic and one snake, thus the Krypton. So Krypton will give you.
I get that. It's kind of like when you have the freeway and you breed out it's asphalt / yellow belly.
Yeah.
But like where it's my confusion is like is it 100% het or is it like I'm gonna assume it's 100% by what Jose is saying.
You have a copy of a clown and a cryptic. Yeah.
I'm always learning stuff in this field.
Like you can't know everything. Like, there's always something new coming out. There's always something different.
Mm-hmm.
We thought things would look this way, and then they turn out something else. I mean, it's keep an open mind.
Hello.
What's he calling for?
Oh, who is it?
Buddy of mine.
Oh, I thought it was if that was Jose, that would have been funny.
No.
Probably one of your friends telling you to get off this wacky girl's live.
I thought he was watching me, but let's see what he. I'll know if he's watching me here in a minute. He might have had something to say.
Okay, so we'll give you 100% head. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. That's just all I wanted to know. I think it's interesting.
I'm surprised he didn't message me, though.
I mean, it came from the Bells in Florida. Who are the Bells?
Okay.
I don't know who that is. I'm Canadian.
Yeah, that's one that, to be honest, I probably won't be into right away.
Yeah. I wouldn't say no to it if offered.
Let me see if he's at the back somewhere.
We're gonna start looking at things.
Had to check at the back gate and see if he was standing out there or not.
Just one of your friends shows up while you're found alive. It's a party.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yes, okay. It's well after midnight. I do need to go to bed, guys.
All right.
Thank you for coming on. This was fun. I'm gonna help you with YouTube.
Yeah. It's probably be the second or third time coming out live like this, I think, for me.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm trying to work my way into it and do a little bit more.
I mean, I can get
past those jitters.
Okay, so the whole reason I do my own is because I don't do other people's, and the couple times I want to vomit. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
I think I've done maybe 3 or 4 on other people's channels or like Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I did Kusko's and I wanted to vomit.
Wow.
Yeah. That was, and then the reptile report was like, "Hey, check out this." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, he did the video on me in the Roseville show.
Yeah. That was a good video though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did very well, and then you did really good in the Zoom call after.
Yeah. That's right, the Zoom afterwards. I wish everybody could have seen that.
No. No. I'm glad. No. Aww. I love seeing one of the great people in the local circle getting spotlight. Rob does so much for the Fresno community. Can't thank him enough for the tips and a friend that. Aww. Nice. And that's the thing about like.
Thanks, Jose.
What I like to do is I like to find people who haven't been on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know what it's like to be new or not social media prominent.
Correct.
And may not get the attention from some of the bigger guys and want to start getting their name out there. Like Jerome, I did Jerome's first live ever.
That's what he was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Jerome so much.
He's a crack up.
Oh yeah, he's coming up to see Billy in October.
Is he really?
With Antoine and Andrew, and I'm like, I'm damn well driving the 10 hours.
That guy, he's really jumping out there. I've been watching Jerome for a while. I like the way he's been doing things.
Yeah, I really like him. I love him. He's one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to go meet him in person.
No,
you should hop in on that trip.
Oh, it'd be nice.
I think they're coming up in October. Watch them not announce they've done it, and I just did. Oops! Don't tell anybody I said anything.
It's possible.
Nobody watches my channel.
Yeah, he might message you in a minute.
Oh God, Jerome's gonna kill me. Yeah, Jerome is a killer chef. I mean, I haven't had his cooking, so.
Oh, he makes some damn good food.
I've drooled over pictures of his food.
Yeah.
Especially like when he's like showing the meat done in the.
He brought the mac and cheese that he made over. I went out and started trying to duplicate it. Oh, and I couldn't get it. I was getting close, but I couldn't get it. You know, everybody swears by mac and cheese.
Jose is mac and cheese. I make mine in an instant.
And St. Patrick's Day, he made green mac and cheese.
Can he make blue mac and cheese? Like, I feel like as a mermaid, I need blue.
Yeah, he probably could.
Jerome, hit me up. I want blue mac and cheese. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So who's Jose with? Because I feel like I need to follow Jose.
Jose is one of our locals here in town.
Okay.
And don't kill me if I get it wrong, Jose.
Please do, because it would make
he's breeding some ball pythons. I think he's got some dart frogs.
Ooh. Love darts.
He likes to cook too, so don't let him fool you. He I've had a few things that he's made.
Is he on Instagram?
I don't know because I don't believe he's out as like say like I have Bob's Oddballs. I believe he's still just under his name if he's on there.
Jose, let's get you on the ball. I want to follow you. See, and this is what I love about doing this stuff is like meeting people, like even in the chats and.
Yeah.
Never met Jose until this evening.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Jose could be my next BFF. Like, best friend forever. I mean, okay, and that's when like my account gets reported for bullying, or inappropriate behavior. Oh dear God.
No boundaries.
No boundaries. I have none, and I haven't even drank tonight. I'm running on no sleep.
I know. I was kind of surprised there.
We didn't have a drink sponsor, and I bought school supplies today for my 7-year-old.
And last time you talked about doing a shot after something, every little thing or something. Yeah, he gave you his Instagram.
Oh, yeah. I'm already on that. No, I have this bright idea because as much as this is interviews too, it's also a conversation, and I like it that way.
Yeah.
Have conversation flowing. I had this bright idea that you could possibly buy shots, and I would have to do shots after each question or something.
He corrected it if you're typing it in.
I had it almost typed in. Japers Jose. But I had that bright idea, and then the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I can't hold my liquor I take one, and I'm like, I'm good. I have one can of Mike's, and I'm like, I'm good for 3 weeks. And this was not a good idea.
Yeah.
Also, people didn't seem too interested in that, so I'm thankful.
Yeah. I don't drink a whole lot, so I would probably be on that same spectrum, I guess you could say.
I don't either.
I'm already goofy enough. I don't need to show what I'd be like drunk.
Well, I mean, when you spend 3 out of the past 4 years pretty much pregnant or feeding an infant and you don't drink, and then you all of a sudden have like one Mike's Hard Lemonade, you're good to go, which is fine because then it only cost me $5.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I came up with this bright idea. I thought it was funny. But no one else got into it. So I was like,
a lot of these lives, though, everybody's just sitting having a good time, having a drink here and there. It's fun.
It's fun. And I think we need to see more of the fun and less of like angriness.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, there's time for to be serious and talk about things, and then there's time to have fun.
Yeah.
And somebody told me Aurora with Aurora Exotics. You might remember her from the Zoom call. She had kind of like the Aurora Borealis background.
Yeah.
She said watching my shows like sitting down with friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the way I like it.
Yeah, it keeps going.
Yeah.
That's what I'm always afraid of when trying to do this, is the pause or the downtime of like, you should say something stupid, that type of thing.
Yeah. And I'm really bad for like, if someone starts to pause or they're going, I'll start interjecting with a story.
Okay.
So people are like, you talk about yourself a lot. But then I'm like, well, people are pausing and are awkward. And I'm like, gave me one word answers. And I'm like, so yeah, I had a rat give birth to like 80 rats today. Some people are nervous, help them along. They open up better. I got you, Jose. I followed you. We're going to be BFFs. And this is what I love about it, is meeting people. I'm also on IG ban right now. So, oops. IG didn't like me saying ballsiest.
What one?
Instagram didn't like me saying ballsiest.
Wow.
And put me on a ban, so I can't see any of my feed. So people will like my thing, and I won't see it. Or people will comment on my stuff, and I won't see it. I won't see stuff people have posted.
Okay.
All I can do is post things and put a story up, but I can't respond to anything other than messages.
Wow.
Because I said ballsiest.
Yeah, I found out even on these things here. I was in a live with the guys the other day, and I wasn't turned blue yet.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way. And he says, one of the guys there says, "Man, I just can't spell shit tonight." So I said, it's spelled shit, and it wouldn't go through because it held it back, and I didn't realize that you couldn't say that in the chat because I wasn't a moderator yet. Then they started laughing. They started laughing at me about it. They made me a moderator on it.
Okay, yeah. See, that's their account restrictions. Meanwhile, I don't care. Curse and swear, I don't care.
Yeah.
I do enough for that.
I was just being a smart ass.
Oh my god. Like YouTube and its whole like you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like none of my videos, once I get monetized, all this past stuff, I'll never be able to turn the monetization on. Yeah.
Well, see, we kind of have a fun thing that we've done around here. I've gotten a buddy of mine and he's gotten somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know how your buddies react sometimes, how they'll cuss or hey, I'll kick your ass, joking,
Yeah.
So I set a buddy up, saying stuff, and he ended up saying something, and he ended up cussing or saying that he was going to kick my ass or something.
Yeah.
Joking. We were playing.
Yeah.
He got kicked off for a few days. So then we got a good laugh out of that. And then he got one of our other friends.
Mm-hmm.
She likes to get kind of rowdy, and he said something to her, and she kind of did the same thing to him. But that bad thing is it was the second time it's happened to her. So she got like a week or more banned off of Facebook.
Yeah. Like, I've never been banned on anything in my life. And the fact that, yeah, that's my Instagram feed. There is
wow.
Now, I can post things, but that's it.
Yeah.
And I can reply to messages, but that's it. I can't see anything. So if anybody's followed me in the past few days, like, I can't see it. If anybody's commented on my stuff, I can't see it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so. But Instagram is moving away from pictures. They just announced they're trying to turn it into TikTok.
Huh.
Which is all like short video clips.
Okay.
Yeah. So
something else I need to learn.
I TikTok.
I've got a TikTok account, but I haven't done any videos yet.
Oh, damn it. Let's have to go look. I have 2 TikToks. I have like my personal one for just like, watching things. And then I have my business one, the Melusine Exotic one.
Okay.
Where I post sometimes, but I'm bad at like taking the time to do it.
Okay. See, mine was.
Oh, there was one day I was waiting for FedEx, and I made 3 TikToks about it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
See, mine was under my name, but I changed the name, and I think you can only do it once. And I didn't even really think about it.
Every 30 days.
Okay, I got to figure out how to change it again. But right now it's at Ball Python Breeder.
Yeah, you can change it once every 30 days. That's what it's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't played with it enough.
Oh, it's so much. It's fun, but I'm really one of those bad because I have like the rats and the kids and the snakes and stuff. I'm so bad at doing reels and taking pictures even for Instagram. Heck, I'm bad at taking pictures of my own children to send to my mother-in-law. Like my 1-year-old maybe has 3 pictures from the day she was born.
Wow.
Okay, there's probably a few more than that, but like I'm so bad at remembering that stuff.
Yeah.
That it's not even like me being like, I don't have the time. I forget. I'm like, I'm in the bin, I'm cleaning it, I've got a kid screaming, I just need to go deal with no. Oh my goodness.
He hasn't answered back to me. He called me but didn't answer my text.
Oh, who was it?
Buddy of mine, Jimmy, here in town.
Hey, Jimmy.
I don't know if he's watching.
I mean, this is the hottest channel around. I mean, look at her. We got 2 people watching.
Yeah.
I never watch the number.
This side with how normally I would watch it if I was just watching and not enjoying, but now that I'm on through here, there's no way of me seeing how many people are watching right now, is there?
No.
Okay.
Unless you had the other thing open, but I can see.
Okay.
So
last time, the first one I jumped into, they gave me the thing with a little duck in the corner, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I left the other one open, and it just started echoing and making all kinds of noise. They're like, "Gotta close that out," and I closed out the wrong one.
That's why you have these.
Okay.
So that way you can plug these in
and still watch the other.
And still watch the other, because I prefer to use the other for chat.
Okay.
And then if I see something, because this chat is delayed, then I'll flip back.
Ah. Okay.
my noodle.
See, I mean, I could have probably had it up on my phone this whole time, watching on my phone and texting through there, but
I've also done that.
I didn't think ahead.
I never think ahead. Oh my goodness. Okay, 12:30 for real. We're gonna end this because I really do need. Poor John fell asleep on the other side of the couch, guys.
Wow.
There'll be shows where he does that, and then all of a sudden you see like a foot like go across the screen because he's like laying out on the couch and puts his feet on me. You just see like a foot. Like, oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, he keeps joking because for people who don't know, John's a trade worker. He works in transport truck mechanics. He recently he's getting laid off in 2 weeks. So he's decided like he's going to be on EI and stay home, focus more on getting more hands-on in the business with stuff.
Okay.
Because he likes the snakes. He has certain things he likes, but he's more of like, I want to play with the snakes. Meanwhile, I'm the gene lady and like planning everything out. So he wants to get more hands-on in the business. So he joked he may take over the YouTube channel for a while. And I was like, under my supervision, maybe. So, but yeah. No, we're going to end it so I can put poor John to bed and tuck him in and give him his bedtime story. Oh, he's not sleeping. He flipped me the bird.
You're number one.
Number one. But thank you for coming on. You'll have to come back on again. I'm going to start doing roundtables soon.
Okay.
If you ever seen what I do with those, and
I have not.
Well, September something. I can't remember. I'm having one. I'm not going to say who it is, guys. I'll give you guys hints. One eats crayons, one's an orphan, and the other guy is just a bald, shiny, angry man.
Okay. I know a couple of those, I think.
Yeah, I know. But it's going to be a good show. I'm also going to get roasted the entire time.
That's what would be cool. Do a roast.
I've thought of that. Picking like one breeder a year and doing like a roast.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they have the roast of Charlie Sheen and stuff?
Yeah. That might be interesting.
I'm going to plan.
As long as you don't get your feelers hurt, you're good.
No, and that's the thing. If you know it's an all good fun and a roast and that, like, that's fine. Say what you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're being a dick in person, that's a whole different thing, right? But yeah. But yes, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you for coming on. You'll have to come on again.
No, thank you for having me on.
We'll see your YouTube launch soon. If anybody wants to contact Bob to come on their channel, he is on Instagram. His links are in the description below. Yep. I'm also his new agent, so you can contact me as well, and I'll start scheduling him. Cool. Mermaid consulting business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's been a blast. I thank you so much. Thanks for everybody who came and hung out. Poor Jose's been here the entire time.
I think he might have taken off, but
he did. But thank you guys for coming to hang out. Next week, I have an episode next week. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head. I don't have my book on me, but we will be back next week. I am going to reschedule Tyler from Hyped Up Reptiles. He was supposed to be on last week. Had an emergency come up. I had to cancel. So I'm going to try to schedule him in again. I may have to pull a 2 live week.
Yeah.
Again.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to do 2 to 4 a week. Shut down to 1. But yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out, everybody. I'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place, but a different face. All right. Good night, everybody.
All righty. Good night, everybody.